Meteorologist Joe Shock here with the tropical update for November 1st, 2022. And we have several things going on here that we're going to be looking at in today's video, mainly the development in the Southwest Atlantic for next week. Also, we have Tropical Storm Lisa heading westward into Belize and Central America. We have Tropical Storm Martin heading out into the North Atlantic. And this is just basically a general overview over the next couple of days, mainly high pressure over the eastern part of the United States, a storm system developing in the plain. So I think I'm going to start making these instead of using the NHCers. I think I'm going to start going to more of my own graphics to explain the overview over the coming days. Not that the NHC graphics are not any good, but I think I like my presentation a little bit better, get to show some other things on the playing field and where these things are going to be going. So I do like these graphics very much. So let's take a look at the European, the MJO. You can see we are in phase 6. Heading into phase 7, collapsing into the null phase, and possibly remerging into phase 5 towards the middle of the month. But over the next week or so, when we get these developments, we'll be mainly looking at phase 7, and phase 7 of the MJO does favor, relative to the season, this kind of development that we're going to be seeing over the next week or so. Same thing here with the JMA in the phase 7, and then collapsing into the null phase by the middle of the month. You can see that phase 6, phase 7. Now, towards the end of the season here, especially the last couple of weeks, I don't think these are as prominent as they are in the peak of the season, but nevertheless, you can see what Martin is in phase 6 and 7. You can see, obviously, what Lisa is phase 6, phase 7. However, though, this area in the Southwest Atlantic is a negative for tropical development. However, again, with it being towards the end of the season and it not being a fully tropical system and likely becoming a hybrid or extratropical system, I don't think this is much credence as it would be, in August or September. But nevertheless, there's what the connections look like. But again, it's working out quite nicely for Lisa and Martin. Here are the actual ocean temperature anomalies. You can see well above normal here, several degrees Celsius above normal, where both Martin and Lisa are, and a feature that will be developing late this week and early next week in the Southwest Atlantic. Several degrees Celsius above normal. You can see the area of 3 to 5 plus C, and some of the higher resolution maps have as much as 10 C above normal in parts of the Northwest Atlantic. So plenty of energy for tropical cyclones to continue to develop. Obviously, Lisa in very high ocean heat content. Martin, again, more becoming a mid-latitude cyclone, but still able to have enough thunderstorm activity to help generate that warmer inner core. And, of course, the Southwest Atlantic, where this feature is going to be coming along next week. Quite high values of ocean heat content for development. Actual ocean temperatures, you can see the 80-degree line, 26 Celsius, right through here as I follow with my mouse out here in the North Atlantic, and still upper 70s all the way up to about 40 north or so, so still very, very warm, and that's where Martin is too, upper 70s, the lower 80s is where he is over that water, so that is why he's able to consolidate, and of course Lisa down here, temperatures well into the 80s, and in the Southwest Atlantic here, also low to mid 80 water temperatures, very prevalent in the Southwest Atlantic. So ocean temperatures will not be an issue for any of these three storms. Again, the dynamics here are quite impressive. However, with the system here in the Southwest Atlantic, we will have to see how much wind shear there is, but overall, I think this is going to be a go. Okay, day 3 through 9, this is off the Japanese model from this past week, began on Saturday. You can see there's upward motion in the Atlantic Basin overall. You can see how it nicely saw the feature Lisa. It sees Martin, and also picking up on the second feature, really the third feature, the second feature within the JMA time frame in the Southwest Atlantic. There's that classic ridge, which is providing a big warm-up for the east. Well, not really warm-up, but continuing the warmth in the eastern part of the United States, and then that classic pattern with the underneath cutting like that does support the development. Week 2, it's a little bit more pronounced. You can see the upper motion, the enhancement of precipitation in the Western Atlantic, and there's that trough showing up next week with that feature on the Southwest Atlantic with that classic ridge to the north of it. So overall, it's a pretty interesting pattern. Here's the European. You can see what it looks like for its ensembles. Again, there's Martin becoming a hurricane over the next couple of days in the North Atlantic. Lisa becomes a hurricane in the Central America. And then you can see the conglomerates in the Southwest Atlantic towards the end of the week and early next week. The GFS, same thing. Here goes Martin, leases down here, and then the southern feature, which will, I guess, be named the Cole, if it does get named here in the Southwest Atlantic early next week, and see where it is clustered overall. So that is it for now. An interesting couple of days ahead, and we'll see how this all unfolds. That's it for now, and thank you for watching.